video, what I want to do is think about switching our lights on and off. So we're going to make specific switching circuits for each of our conditions. Jump into Revit on the models, go open. Browse for keeping your exercise files. I'm going to go to chapter 3. 0309 switch system. Click open. In the project browser under electrical lighting, let's go to ceiling plans. Let's make sure in one ceiling elect. Let's zoom in on these rooms over here. Let's go ahead and grab one of these lighting fixtures. What I'd like to do is click on switch system. Let's click select switch. Grab this 4-way switch. Beautiful. Now let's click edit switch system. The switch ID, lighting switch is 4-way. Now we're going to select this little light here, this big light here. Now there's not a lot of properties with a switch system. Click finish editing system. Hit escape a few times. Now if we hover over the switch here, hit your tab key a couple times, we'll see that the switch system is kind of indicating which lights are on, but we can't select it and make that permanent. Right? So if I select that, there's no way to make this indicator permanent, which is unfortunate. I wish they'd let you do it. Hit escape a couple times though. What I'd like to do is just come up, move our cursor up here a little bit. Let's right click. Let's go to browsers. Let's go over to system browser. I might have to widen this a little bit because it might be scrunched up like that. So I'm going to drag this over quite a bit. Now if we drill into electrical systems, go into power, we'll see we have LP1 and PP1. Now notice that we have these circuits that are on here. So we can zoom into here, we can see the lighting switch, we can see the panels that are on that system. Jukebox receptacle of the men's room. Drill into here, receptacles. So this is a great way to keep track of our systems. So if we kind of bring this back in, we can keep that open for a little while. So that's how you create a switch system. Let me be the first to wish you good luck on your exam and that you can do it. Get it? Because we're doing conduit in this, so you can do it. Let's just draw some conduit. Under models, let's go open. Can do it. Let's go to where we're keeping our exercise files. Let's go to chapter 3. Let's go down to 310 conduit. Click open. And I'm going to close out of my system browser. It's a little annoying. So let's click the close button here. In the project browser, on electrical power, let's go to one power floor plan. Let's zoom into this area here. I want to create a callout of this area. So let's go to the View tab. Let's click on the callout button. A couple things I might want to look at though. Let's click on Edit Type. The View template apply to new views. They've got mechanical plan set up. I don't want that. So I'm going to click on Mechanical Plan. Let's go with Electrical Plan. Click Apply. For the view scale, I don't want to include that, so I'm going to uncheck Include. Just click OK here. Let's click OK here. Now I'm going to pick a point right about here. I'm going to come down to about here. I'm going to hit escape a few times. Go ahead and select your callout. Then grab this little grip here. I'm just going to kind of move it over to about here. Then I'm going to hit escape a few times. Let's double click on the bubble. Set for 1/4 inch equals a foot. I guess that works. In the properties, let's scroll down until we find the view template, electrical plan. Click on this with the electrical plan selected. Let's go down to VG Overrides Model. Click Edit. Let's scroll down until we find floors. Let's click Override for patterns. Let's turn the annoying floor pattern off or foreground and background. Click OK. Click Apply. Click OK. Click Apply. Click OK. Perfect. Let's draw some conduit. Let's go to the Systems tab. Let's go to the Electrical panel. Let's click on Conduit. Now we can choose Conduit without settings. Let's click the drop down here. We can change it if we want. Let's grab Electrical Metallic Tubing EMT. Let's click on Edit Type. Now we can see the fittings that we're going to use as a default. Makes sense, right? You can click in the year. You can hit the drop down. You can change it to whatever you want. Since that's EMT, click the drop down here. Let's go conduit elbow without fittings. Let's keep that one like that. Click apply. Click OK. That's the middle elevation. Now we can make this 2 feet. Pick a point here. And come over here. Pick a point here. Right? Now notice that if we try to draw this conduit somewhere else, it's not going to let us do it because that bend is too large. It's got to come up a little bit more. Now notice that you can change it. So if our middle elevation now is at 10 feet or something, we can draw it this way. And be calling it a 3D view here. You get the picture. What I'd like to do though is go ahead and select this leg of conduit. Hold down the Control key and select this leg of conduit. Now let's click on this little button here for View. We want to have a selection box. Go ahead and click that. Now we see our beautiful conduit in our electrical room. Let's set our scale to set the 1/2 inch equals a foot. Let's set our detail level to fine. We can set our visual style to shaded. Here's our conduit. Now what I'd like to do is go back to my electrical panel. Let's go with parallel conduits. And notice that we have some choices here. Horizontal number 2. I don't know, vertical number we can do 2. Not 21, but 2. Now what we want to do is hover over this piece of conduit. Hit your tab key. Go ahead and select it. And some of them, they don't like the fittings, so that's okay. We can hit cancel. Horizontal 2, vertical 1. Go over this guy, hit tab. Select it. Hit escape a few times. Now I can kind of copy that conduit. Now suppose we don't like that big giant bend there. Okay, now what I'd like to do is draw some conduit off of one of these panels. Let's go back down to our 1 power callout 1. Let's set our detail level to fine. See, we can't do it. So what we can do here is we can come over here. Instead of the view template electrical plan, just click none. Click OK. Now let's set our detail level to fine. Perfect. Go ahead and select this panel here. Now notice we get these little tiny grips. Go ahead and right click on this grip right here. Let's go to draw conduit from face. Notice we get that little panel there, and it's going to put our conduit right there. It's exactly what we want. So let's click on Finish Connection. I'm just going to draw this up to about here a little bit. I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. Now I want a real sharp bend to come out of here. I don't want a big long radius. So let's go ahead and select this conduit. We can even pull that in a little bit too, like about 5 inches. Hit Escape. Now let's go to the electrical panel. Let's go to conduit fitting. Oh, we have these big long bends in here. That's why I don't want any of those. So let's click on Load Family. Let's go back out so we're all in the same English Imperial folder. Now let's scroll down to Conduit, Fittings. Go to ENT because that's what we made that. I don't know which one. Let's go Conduit Elbow, ENT to box, set screw, die cast, zinc. Let's click open. Guess that works. Okay. Now let's move into this area here, and let's click it right on the end of this piece of conduit. Ooh, it's nice. It's going the wrong way though, so go ahead and select it. You can hit this little recycle button to rotate. It's going straight up or down. I'll chase it around over to here, click it again. Perfect. Now that's selected, go ahead and right click on that grip. Let's draw a conduit. Zoom out to right here. There we go. Hit escape a couple times. The last thing I want to do is I want to right click on this conduit, create similar. I want to pick on this conduit here, I guess. We're going to draw a P right off of it like that. Let's go back to our 3D view. Notice that I put a little junction box in there. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so you can play around with conduit all day if you want, but this lesson's done. This is how you draw a conduit. Let's draw some cable trays, shall we? Let's jump into Revit. On our models, let's go open. Now let's keep your exercise file. Let's go to chapter 3. Let's count to 311 cable tray. Let's open that up. Beautiful. Let's look and see what we've got over here in our views. Scroll down. You know, I want some kind of low voltage view. So under electrical power, right click on one power. I'm going to duplicate view. Let's just duplicate that with detailing. Let's select one power, copy one. Let's click on it again. Let's just call it one data. Hit enter. Let's double click, make sure one data is open. Now properties, let's scroll down. Discipline is still going to be electrical, but for the subdiscipline, we don't have to take what they're giving us here, right? So instead of power, I just want to type in data, D-A-T-A. Now hit apply. I notice that if we scroll up, electrical data, floor plans, one data. Sweet. Let's go to our visibility graphic overrides and click edit. There's a lot of weird stuff in here. Make sure cable tray settings, cable tray is turned on, all that stuff. COM devices, right? So let's scroll down. I want to turn off our conduit though. Data devices, clearly we want that turned on. And I guess we'll keep everything else turned on. Click apply. Click OK. Now what I'd like to do is run some cable tray. So I'm going to run it right down the hallway, but I want to definitely make sure it's above the ceiling. Let's go to the Systems tab. Let's click on the Electrical panel. Let's come on over to cable tray. Okay. What kind of cable tray do we want? Let's click the drop down here. Ooh, there's a bunch. Let's click the ladder cable tray. Width 12 inches, height can be 4 inches. Middle elevation, I'm not sure 9 feet cuts it through. Let's go to 10. We might not be able to see it in this view, but if we can't, we'll just adjust the settings. Start trying it. I'm going to pick a spot like right about here. Looks good. Let's come all the way down our corridor up to here. Hit escape a couple times. Let's select our cable tray. Let's move it closer to the wall. That way they can bolt it to the wall. So click on move. Pick a point here. Let's pick a point right about here. I like that a lot. Now what I'd like to do is cut a section through this. Let's click on section. I just want to cut a section right down my corridor. Just like that. Hit escape a few times. Let's open our section up. Let's make sure that our detail level is set for fine. We can see our cable tray is clearly above that ceiling. No one will ever see it. Cool. Let's go back down to one data. Select the corridor tag. We can just kind of move that out of the way. Maybe I'll move it over to here. Now let's select this cable tray. Right click on it and create similar. Pick a point like right about here. Let's run it up this hallway here a little bit. Maybe you want to jog it up a little bit. So for the middle elevation, let's go 12 feet. Let's keep running it right up the middle of this hallway. Notice now we're going to have a jog at 12 feet. Go ahead and click on this fitting. Let's click on the little plus sign. Select this fitting here. Right click on this little grip, but you gotta be precise. So zoom in a little bit. Right click right here. Let's draw a cable tray. First we can draw it down to here. Maybe change our angle a little bit. It's gonna put in all the fittings we need, which is pretty cool. And we come down to here. Jog it into our electrical room. Now go ahead and select that fitting. Pretty big fitting, so we can click the drop down. It's a standard bend. So we can select this bend here. Now with the bend radius, we just type in maybe 10 inches instead of 12 inches. It's gonna reduce that a little bit. Pretty cool, right? Hit escape a couple times. Now you can select this piece of conduit. Hold down your control key, select this one. Click on the 3D view again, selection box. And then, pretty easy. That's how you model conduit. In the out-of-the-box Revit template, there's only a few different types of distribution systems. We don't have a delta distribution system. That's what I'd like to make here. In Revit, under Models, let's go Open. That's where you're keeping your exercise files. Let's go to Chapter 3. Let's go to 312, Distribution. Click Open. So, in the project browser, let's scroll down to Power. Floor plans, let's go to my favorite, 1-Power. Zoom in on your electrical room. Let's go to our Systems tab. Let's go to our electrical panel. Let's go to electrical equipment. Let's load a family. Let's click Load Family. Now let's make sure we're in the same spot here. I'm going to go up to English Imperial. Let's scroll down to Electrical, MEP, Electrical Power, Distribution. Now let's scroll down here until we find, I don't know, single phase panel, 120 volt, MCB, surface. Click Open. I'm going to put it on this wall here. Hit escape a couple times. I'll go ahead and select this equipment. Ooh, notice there's no distribution system. We don't have one that's going to match it. Let's click Edit Type. For the number of poles, let's make it a 3-pole deal. Click Apply. Click OK. Still no distribution system. Okay, let's make one. Hit escape a few times. Electrical is pretty cool with the tag and the green. So let's go to the electrical panel again. Let's come down to electrical settings by clicking this little button. Now let's come down to distribution systems. Let's add one. For the new name one, we'll call it 120/208 space delta. The phase is going to be a 3-phase panel. The configuration will be delta. For wires, we'll go 4. For our voltage, we're going to go with 120. For ground voltage, we're going to go 208. Click OK. Now if we select this panel, we'll click our distribution system. We can assign our 120/208 delta because it's compatible now. Escape a few times. There you go. That's how you redefine or add a distribution system. It is a lot easier to check for disconnects in ductwork and piping than it is in electrical systems. The objective of this video is to check circuits and disconnects in our model. So on our models, let's go Open. Browse where you're keeping your exercise files. Let's go down to Chapter 3. Let's go to 313 disconnects and click Open. Yeah. Let's go back into our electrical room. Let's select this piece of conduit here. Yes, maybe this piece of conduit here. Remember, you have to hold down your control key to do it. I had to skip a couple of times. I'll click this piece of conduit, hit my control key, grab that one. Then we're going to go to our little selection box button. And we're going to change our 3D view to focus on this like we've done before. I'd like to expand the selection box, but we really can't see it anywhere. So let's go to Reveal Hidden Elements. Down on our View Control toolbar, we'll see this little icon here that says Reveal Hidden Elements. Go ahead and click that. Looks like our little selection box is hidden, so select it. Now let's click Unhide Category. Now click Close Reveal Hidden Elements. Don't forget this. We can select it. We can drag it out a little long. We can drag it up. Drag it over that way. Here we go. Now what I'd like to do is go to the Manage tab. And I'd like to do an inquiry, but we can't review anymore. I don't see any warnings here. So let's go to the Analyze tab. And down for Check Circuits, let's click on this button right here. Hey, pretty tight model. No circuit errors found either. Great, great, great. Hit Close. What I'd like to do though now, let's Show Disconnects. Click on Show Disconnects. Let's go with Cable Tray and Conduit. We can go electrical too. Click OK. Oh boy. Now there's a bunch. If we go back to Manage, notice now the Review Warnings is available. So click on Review Warnings. And these are basically the same warnings we've got here, right? We can zoom in on it. Cable trays. So hit Close here. If we come over to this little guy here and just click it, it's going to give us the same warning, right? The element is not connected to a circuit. Yeah, it's true. We just threw them in there, didn't we? Hit Close. Click on this one. It's got an open connector. It's just kind of hanging out there, huh? Close out of here. Now, these will stay on for eternity. So we need to go back to Analyze. And we can just click this again. We can just turn these off. There we go. Easy, but that's how you check for circuits and disconnects. View templates in Revit give us the ability to control the visibility graphic overrides of multiple views globally. Most views in Revit are only to show certain elements. For example, a power plant should not have lights showing up. Lighting plants should show electrical fixtures and mechanical equipment. So the objective of this video is to create some view templates and apply them to the appropriate views. In Revit, under Models, let's go Open. Browse where you keep your exercise files. I'm going to go to Chapter 4. Grab 0401 View Templates. Click Open. Now what do we have here? Well, we don't have a data view template. So in our project browser, let's go down to Electrical, Floor Plans 1 Data. Let's double click that. We'll open it up. Now let's go to Visibility Graphic Override. So let's click Edit right here. We turned a few things off. So let's look through this. I guess bridge cables and bridge decks. You know what that is. Bridge frame, wow, okay. Got bridge stuff in there. Cable trays, we want all that stuff turned on. Communication devices we want on. Screen panels, all that stuff. Data devices, doors, of course. You don't want electrical fixtures turned on. Maybe electrical equipment will keep turned on. Turn off fire alarm devices, fire protection. Keep floors on, food service, turn that off. I don't want any lighting devices or fixtures on. Mechanical control devices, no, we'll turn all that off. All this MEP stuff, we can turn that off too. We'll keep that call devices on. We don't want trees, do we? We don't want plumbing. That's a lot of stuff. Security devices we'll keep on. Okay, that's fine. Everything else is just dandy. Now we'll turn wires off too. I don't want to show wires here. Click Apply. Click OK. Now we're really just in this view showing cable tray. right? That's what we can do if we come into Office. If we go to our Systems tab, go to our Electrical panel. For the device, let's click the drop down here. Let's grab Data. On my Office, certainly going to want some data devices. Maybe 2 of them. Reception definitely needs it. Don't need any in the bathroom. Yeah, I want to plug in my laptop right here. So we're going to put a data device right here. So I'm plugging my laptop in that toilet room. Put it in the women's room too. All right, I'm doing that. There we go. Now we're showing data devices, cable tray, low voltage type stuff. Oh, I definitely want my detail level to be medium. I want my visual style to be hidden line. Everything about this view I like. So I'm going to right click on one data. I'm going to create a view template from view. For the name, I'm just going to call it data plan. I'm going to hit OK. Here it is, data plan. So now what we can do is we can include items that are either in this or not. Notice in other lessons, when we were going through stuff, I was getting annoyed with these view templates. I was turning them off. I was tweaking them. So there's stuff that we don't really need to include. The view scale, I like to uncheck that. I think we'll keep the display level, detail level at normal and medium. That's fine. VG overrides model. Click edit. And all that. So that's perfect. But while we're at it, let's go to annotation categories. I guess we can keep these all turned on. Analytical model categories. I don't want to see any of that stuff, so we can just uncheck show analytical model categories in this view. Click on the Revit links. We set that for custom, remember? So that's going to propagate in. Click apply, click OK. Scroll down a little bit. For view range, yeah, we'll keep that turned on. Click out. So let's click OK. Now if we scroll down here, there's no view template applied. So if we click none, we can grab data plan, click apply, and click OK. Now some things we can change, some we can't. If we click the scale here, we can change that. If we click the detail level, not happening. Right? So that way all of our views are going to be consistent. So for example, if I wanted to duplicate a view, any random view, I can right click on one Mac HVAC, duplicate view, duplicate with detailing. Now we can just call it my data plan. It's a bad name, but we'll just do it for example. My data plan. We can do one of two things. We can right click on this. We can apply template properties, right? We can use data plan here. Select it. Okay. Where'd it go? I bet I know where it went. It went up here. Or with it selected, with it open, we can go to our view template. Instead of none, we're going to go with data plan. Open. That way, we're going to modify the view template. So to do that, we would go to the View tab. We'd go to View Templates. We would go to Manage View Templates. And here they all are. We can add new ones here, but what we do now, if we want data plans to look different, this is where we're going to go. We're going to go here. We're going to find data plan. We're going to fix it here. That way, if we have 200 views that are set to that, they're all going to update. Click OK. Here we go. That's how you use and apply view templates.